Freezing the lane is an essential concept that every single laner needs to understand. Today, we're going to show you how to freeze mid lane and then punish the enemy hard. To set up the clip a little bit, let's go over some details on what just happened. Right before this clip starts, Kha'Zix had come to gank Zoe, and we blew her flash. I shoved the wave into her tower and got a reset. By the time I came back, Zoe was unable to shove the wave all the way into my tower, and the freeze begins. The entire concept of freezing a lane revolves around the enemy having more minions than you. This means that your minions will die because there's less of them. Now, depending on how far down the lane you are, depends on how many creeps you need. But in mid lane, you really only need 2 to 3 to hold a freeze. I notify my jungler that the lane is frozen, and we punish Zoe the second she shows up. Because I have a good position, and I don't want the Zoe getting away, I'll use my flash because I know she doesn't have hers. Now notice what I do. I tell the jungler to back off with a small yellow ping on the minimap to let him know that I don't want him to help me push. I then again communicate that I can keep the lane frozen in this position. From here, I notice that the enemy's wave is starting to get a little bit too big. Like I said before, I really only need 2 to 3. So what I'm going to do is stand in front of the minion wave so they don't hit my tower and try to kill off a few. That way I can bring the numbers back down to only 2 or 3 extra. This is called trimming the minion wave and is extremely important to make sure that the enemy minion wave doesn't crash into your tower. I did take a little bit more damage than I would have liked, but it's okay because I have a health potion, my Ahri passive which helps me sustain, and I'm already really strong. Now, it's going to take some time for Zoe to get back to lane, so watch as my jungler went to clear a little bit. However, because I told him it's going to be frozen again, he makes his way back just in time for Zoe to show up. Because we know the Zoe doesn't have flash, we're just going to jump her again. It's super easy with my ultimate, and she dies really quickly. Now, if you notice the wave, I actually could have frozen again as I have extra minions, but since the beginning of this clip, not only have we killed Zoe twice, which is a lot of gold, but I've also gained about 20 CS, while the enemy Zoe has gained about 5. Because I want to spend my gold, I'm going to shove this wave into the tower, and what this is going to do is allow the lane to reset and push towards me again while I go shop. By the time I get back, I'll have a superior lane position again. Now, let's say for example that you are the Zoe. How can you avoid getting punished like this? Well, let's take it back to the beginning of this clip, where she makes the biggest mistake. Here it is. Zoe is about 60 to 70% HP and full mana with exhaust, but she wants to go home and buy some items. The major rules of shopping or roaming in mid lane, or any lane really, is that you crash your wave into the enemy turret. However, here, Zoe decides to leave with 3 extra minions up. Because I just got back from base and I'm in no rush to head back because I haven't gotten any gold yet, I can just stay here and let it freeze. Now without her having flash, when she comes back, she's guaranteed to be in a bad position. What she should have done is stayed another wave and forced this minion wave into my tower before leaving. Now, because she's already made the mistake of leaving and the lane is frozen, how do you fix it from here? Well, as Zoe, you have to call your jungler to help you. Otherwise, it's a bit too risky, and like you saw, you can get punished pretty hard if you're the Zoe. You want to be able to call your Gragas over and have him 2v1 the lane. That way if Kha'Zix does show up, it's a 2v2, and you can probably get a reset off. This is the best way to safely reset a lane if the enemy has it frozen on you. Thanks for watching this video on how to freeze the lane in mid lane. If this video helped you guys out, please hit a like button as it helps us out a lot and gives us some feedback. Leave a comment down below if you have any more questions or in our Discord linked in the description below. Make sure to subscribe and follow our Twitter to find out when videos come out right away. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.